Hey guys, I'm Nick and welcome back to the channel. Well, we haven't got long at all before our next season of Star Trek Lower Decks, Season 3, hits our TV screens very, very soon. So I thought I'd do a bit of a run-through of the trailer that came out of Season 3, go through some of the shots in the trailer, analyse what little in-jokes and references and homages back to past Star Trek series we're likely to pick up on that are coming up in our new season that's hitting our screens on the 25th of October. Guys, if you haven't subscribed to Sci-Finatics yet, please do so. Click on that big red button to stay up to date and current with all the latest Star Trek news on YouTube. So let's take a look through our trailer for Star Trek Lower Decks Season 3 and we'll look at a few shots in a bit more detail and see if we can pick up on some in-jokes and Easter eggs and references and so forth that we might be in for in our third season coming soon. Let's take a look.
Get your Starfleet! Prepare yourself for Warp 10 excitement! Discover the undiscovered country!
The USS Cerritos remains impounded while their captain stands trial.
Have you lost your mind?
Captain Carol Freeman stands
I can't believe this. I wonder how Mariner's taking it.
Oh, I'm taking it. Taking it to the limit.
Did you time your entrance to say that?
What? No.
Oh, yeah, she did.
Looks like we've got Mariner and Boimler here at a Starfleet convention type thing. A lot of little stalls out the front where they're spruiking the notion of Starfleet to everybody. We've seen next to them on the display here, we've got a picture of Spock that you can put your face through and get your photo taken with Spock and the Horta next to Spock on the ground there. We've also got a little model of the Stargazer on their table there. And we've got next door, we've got the archaeologist's booth there, which I guess was the organisation that Vash, Picard's girlfriend, who was the archaeologist, belonged to in Next Generation. We see a news broadcast here from the Federation News Network, which I think we saw in one of these Star Trek short trek episodes, where we did the whole bombing of Mars and everything on First Contact Day, which there was a short trek about, where we saw a whole bunch of news stuff from them. And we also saw them at the start of Star Trek Picard Season 1 doing that interview with Jean-Luc about the Romulan relocation and everything. So a bit of a reference back to those other Federation News Network broadcasts we've seen before. Also on the bottom of the screen we see some sports results talking about the London Kings and also the Buffalo Solar Knights, which I'm pretty sure are baseball teams that Cisco followed. Obviously that baseball episode we had on DS9, he was right into the baseball and they had the game against the Vulcans and everything. But I'm pretty sure he referenced these two baseball teams. So I guess that's a hark back to Cisco's love of baseball from DS9. We've got our crew having a meal at Cisco's restaurant, which was in New Orleans. I think it was Cisco's dad that ran this restaurant. It also looks like we've got Rutherford and Boimler taking a page out of Jake Sisko's wardrobe for their outfits this season. Rutherford's outfit here is a direct reference to one of those very colourful sweaters that the Jake Sisko wore in Deep Space Nine. And Boimler's isn't too far off one of those other outfits that he wore as well. Our younger members of the Star Trek family, Wesley Crusher and Jake Sisko and everything, tended to wear some fairly loud sweaters to rival Bill Cosby in the various Star Trek series. But I guess that was a reflection of the times, the 80s and the early 90s and everything. Tendi and Rutherford having dinner at the restaurant here, and we see on the table a bottle of Ketracel hot sauce. Ketracel White obviously being the drug that the Vorta used to control the Jem'Hadar. Obviously they've converted Ketracel White into some kind of spicy sauce to be used at restaurants now.
Starfleet isn't all about being fed fruit by erotic aliens with slightly different nose ridges.
I could get real used to this kind of treatment.
Sometimes you gotta get your hands dirty.
It's on.
This is an unauthorized launch.
We've got a Starbase here, which is in the same style as the regular one station from Star Trek 3 Search for Spock. I get the impression we're going to see a lot of Star Trek 3 Search for Spock references this season, because obviously all of the poster imagery and everything that's come out for this season has been very embedded in the history and everything of Star Trek 3. And the whole kind of Kirk and crew stealing the Enterprise to go and retrieve Spock from the Genesis planet. And obviously we've got Mariner and Boimler and the guys looking to steal the Cerritos to go and rescue Captain Freeman, it would appear. So there's going to be a lot of, I guess, little in-jokes and references that reference Star Trek 3. Looks like our security guards here that are keeping an eye on the Cerritos aren't necessarily doing their job correctly. As we can see, they've let the Cerritos go as the crew, I guess, of stealing it from dry dock. But we've got one crewman here looking like he's playing three-dimensional chess on his computer screen in the background there. So maybe if he wasn't playing 3D chess, he might have noticed the ship being stolen. So I'm guessing he's up for a demotion potentially.
The greatest adventure of your life! Yeah!
These broken rocks are reading our nightmares, but I don't like my nightmares.
Behold!
So magical! There's gonna be times when you need to make a mess of things before you can fix them.
Well, the shot here, of course, is a bit of a homage to Raiders of the Lost Ark. We've got Mariner swinging across a chasm there, holding an idol under her arm, which looks like kind of a miniature Klingon version of the fertility idol that Indiana Jones stole from the temple at the beginning of Raiders of the Lost Ark. So it looks like we've got a bit of Indiana Jones references going on here. Looks like we've got an episode with J.G. Hertzler. I'm never quite sure how to pronounce his name. Reprising his role as Martok, the Klingon general. In this episode, which should be fun. We've had him come in for another role. I think it was last season where he played a different alien, but it looks like he's reprising his role as Martok for this new season, which is good. Looks like we've got Rutherford flying the Delta Flyer, as seen in Voyager, the special souped-up shuttlecraft that Tom Paris built on Voyager, and looks like he's also wearing the same kind of flight suit that Tom Paris and B'Elanna Torres wore in that episode. And it appears Rutherford's being pursued by a Romulan warbird based on this shot in this season. This is pretty trippy. We've got Klingons in clown makeup with batleths as arms. Maybe somebody's having a really bad dream on this one because this is pretty out there. We also see we've got a gigantic Andorian wolf, a Borgified snake, and some other very strange purple octopusy kind of creature with teeth. All sorts of weird things going on here in this season.
Like how I'm gonna have to cut this guy's foot off so we can grow him a new one.
Wait, what was that?
Whatever happens, we're gonna be right beside you.
We're in this together.
Let's go!
My head.
Or Starfleet!
Hell yeah!
We've got a pretty fearsome looking alien here infiltrating the ship, which I think I read somewhere is kind of inspired by the Tosk character that we saw on Deep Space Nine, who was kind of on the run and being pursued, and it was kind of like a big blood sport kind of a situation going on between one of the races there. Looks like we've got Mariner doing some orbital skydiving, much like we saw the crew of the Enterprise do in the 2009 J.J. Abrams film, where they skydived down and landed on the mining platform and everything. Looks like we've got Mariner doing something similar in this season. Looks like we've got a potential homage to the Next Generation episode Masks, where we see Captain Freeman here possessed with some form of mask that kind of reminds me a bit of the mask I think that was a Data put on or something in that episode, and he took on a lot of different personalities from that world or something to that effect. That should be interesting. Looks like we've got a appearance by a creature that we saw in the animated series, the Kukul Khan, from the Serpent's Tooth episode, and we've got Lieutenant Stevens being pursued by one in this episode. So there seems to always be a few animated series references in Lower Decks. They seem to like to throw those in there.
I can't believe we're at Deep Space Nine!
Wait, just buy me some time.
Sir, how do we do that? I don't know. Just circle around and pretend we're in awe of the pylons. Just keep circling.
And it's so awesome we're going to get to visit DS9 this season as well. Like, I think DS9's probably been the series that, might have been, neglected the most, perhaps, with references in the past. But obviously they're going to make up for it this season with an actual visit to DS9. So I did read a tweet, I think it was from Mike McMahon, saying that there will be an appearance by one of our DS9 alumni in the episode. So that's going to be a good one to look out for. Probably won't be Cisco, because he's probably still stuck in a wormhole with the Prophets or whatever, but who knows, might be Quark, might be Colonel Kira, but it certainly looks like there's a lot of interesting stuff coming up in the new season that I'm really looking forward to. We haven't got long now before it hits our TV screens on August 25th. Really looking forward to that one. Guys, leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you're looking forward to most about this upcoming season of Star Trek Lower Decks. Are you looking forward to seeing DS9 in animated form? Are you looking forward to seeing some of the other bits and pieces we've talked about in this video? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Guys, please leave a super thanks if you're able to. It really helps the channel out. Much appreciated. If you can't, that's fine. Just leave a like and a comment. That always helps as well. Share this video with your friends and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so. I'll catch you guys very soon with my next video. I'll see you soon.